What's going on, guys? Quickly before we start this upload, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my Discord channel. The only problem is we don't have anyone to shout out yet, so if you want to join that, be a part of that. The link's going to be in the description below. We're going to have tournaments, we're going to have battles, trades, everything VGC that you could imagine. So yeah, click the link and I'll catch you guys in the video. Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm coming at you with this fire match between Pablo Garcia and Antonio J. Sanchez. This was like the finals of what looks like some Open in Madrid. Yeah, it says Ultra Series Open at Madrid. So we're honestly just gonna hop right into it. Right into team preview. I'm not gonna click play because they click their Pokemon too fast. I can't talk over that quick. But we have a Zerndon matchup versus a it's a pretty standard Zerndon versus pretty standard Rayogur, I feel. Rayogur teams I've seen a lot have been carrying the dual Mega with Mega Gengar and Mega Rayquaza. Between both options is very it's very useful. I mean, Shadow Tag is just like a great ability, and you know, of course, Rayogur doing Rayogur things with the airlock, and Primordial C being able to overpower it and outspeed Groudon, even if the Groudon like underspeeds, then you know, you got your airlock, you could just switch in Rayquaza, or even like Delta Stream Rayquaza in the back, switch in and just get rid of Groudon. So honestly, I would say that the matchup is heavily in Antonio's favor. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I already watched this game. I tried recording last night, but my mic kind of messed up like a lot. And if it keeps messing up this episode, let me know, cause I might have to like get a new mic. That would suck. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead, click play. Also, all the social media to the people who stream this, you know, shout outs to, of course, the Victory Road VGC. We want to shout them out. I'll leave their social in the description. Oh, they have their social on the screen. Look, if you want to follow them, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, right there. Yeah, so Pablo locks in his Pokemon. I feel like Antonio also has to be careful from the Tailwind. He has to be scared of like the Tailwind from elements, even though he has Stack Attacka. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking. Turn 1, I believe it's I don't know. Let's see. Un momento. Yeah, Incineroar and Gengar versus, was it? Yeah, Salamence and Amoonguss. So this was an interesting turn 1. Gengar and Incineroar known to have been like a pretty good lead. In the past like metas, VGC 18, Gengar and Incineroar very good. Like combination on most teams. It's just nice and balanced. You got your fake out. Gengar is a ghost type, not being faked out by any other Pokemon. But let's talk about what's in front of us. We have Salamence Amoonguss versus the Gengar and Incineroar. Now, the interesting thing about this turn is Antonio's Gengar has Taunt, so it's kind of threatening. So that means that Pablo's in a position where, okay, I have to protect Salamence or switch it out, because I feel like Antonio's only play here is really to fake out Salamence, try and flinch it, and go straight for the Taunt on Amoonguss. Taunt on Amoonguss is like I feel it's a pretty no drawback play. And I think that's what we're gonna see here. Just in case like copyright or something. I don't know. Yeah, so switches to Groudon, but this is going to be a bad play. I'll tell you why. Because Antonio's Gengar has Hidden Power Water and also has the Kyogre in the back. Okay, so that's no bueno. We don't want that. Never like catching a HP Water, especially because this turn, like, that used to be an Amoonguss, and the fact that his Gengar went for Taunt means that he cannot protect the Groudon next turn. Gengar will be free to Hidden Power Water. It goes for the fake out on Salamence, because that means that Salamence is either forced to protect or go for the Tailwind. Yep, fake out. no protect from Salamence, which is nice, I feel. Reading that turn 1, that's probably the best turn for the Salamence. It doesn't get targeted, doesn't get that much chip. This turn is free to protect if it wants to. I don't see it happening. I don't remember what it goes for. I think it goes for a Tailwind. Tailwind would make sense. Like, Groudon's kind of dead. I mean, Incineroar, yeah, you switch out. Incineroar goes into Kyogre, yep, and Hidden Power Water's coming out onto the Primal Ground. Yeah, Antonio is just showing why Kyogre is such a great matchup versus these Zerndon teams. It's just the build for Kyogre typically just like runs through standard like Zerndon. So, yep, Power Water. It didn't actually say Hidden Power Water, but it said Hidden Power. That's super effective. Groudon dies. Yep. Hyper Voice? Yeah, no, Tailwind. Okay. Yeah, he goes for the Tailwind, which is probably, again, the best play that he could have gone. But, again, like, Salamence isn't... Okay. Salamence is threatened from an Ice Beam from Kyogre, but then Xerneas is also threatened because, like, there's a Gengar on the field. And you do not want to be a Xerneas and looking down a Gengar, so... I actually don't remember what happens this turn, so we're gonna go ahead and see. But I feel like Geomancy on Xerneas when you have Tailwind up, you can try and get some like chip on the Kyogre or something. Maybe try and get some damage into Gengar with your Salamence and like protect Xerneas so that I try and like switch out and maneuver more, because Gengar is like really annoying with that Shadow Tag. But in fact, we just see the Gengar switch out. Probably wanting to preserve his Gengar for later, wanting to deal with the Xerneas in case it sets up. I really like this play by Antonio. Now, yeah, Xerneas either Geomancies or protects that turn. If it Geomancies the next turn, fake out, and I'm pretty sure Antonio's Kyogre has Ice. Yep. Okay. Ice Beam comes out into Salamence. That's a dead mince for sure. I don't think Salamence can EV to survive. That's just Ice Beam from Primal Kyogre. That's way too strong. Okay, so we see Amoonguss come out. This is like, okay, it's not looking good for Pablo, but it's definitely not the worst situation. It does come down to a read though. It doesn't come down to, what am I trying to say here? Okay, Xerneas can go for the double protect because it's going to. I already watched this game. It's gonna go for the double protect, but it's gonna go for the double protect because it's scared of, because Xerneas is like the win con. Okay, you want to preserve your Xerneas because you're looking down at Kyogre, but yep. Look at Antonio's face there. He went for the double up into Amoonguss. Reading that protect, god damn, that's a great play. Like, who makes that play? Like, only the goats make that play. Damn, yeah. So goes for the fake and Ice Beam on Amoonguss. That means that this game's over. Nothing Pablo could, like, because you have Gengar in the back. I feel like you Ice Beam Amoonguss and you turn Xerneas into like Gengar, and because your Gengar's at full health, like that's where saving and preserving your Gengar earlier in the game was like really, I feel like a good play, because he was able to save some health for when he wants to deal with the Xerneas later on. And doesn't look like Amoonguss goes for protect. I don't know if Amoonguss like typically carry protect anymore. Honestly, I've been seeing like Spore, Clear Smog for Xerneas, Grass Knot for the primals, and Rage Powder. Like, those are the only 4 moves I feel like you could fit on to Amoonguss. Yeah, we see a Geomancy. I don't feel like that's gonna matter because yeah, you just like you Ice Beam and then you turn. Right? This game's over. Okay. Okay, yeah, Amoonguss goes down. Oh, he reveals his Z Incineroar, which I don't agree with. Unless like Pablo already knows, like you don't want to reveal your Z. But Antonio has like his reasons. I feel like maybe he feels like that was just justified. I would have liked to see like a U-turn into Gengar or something, but I guess you could potentially lose with like a Moonblast crit, but it's like really unlikely. I don't think you have to reveal Z move there. Save that for like later in the game where it like actually matters. If you look at like Antonio's team, the Z move and Incineroar like make sense. You have the Mega Rayquaza, like Primal Kyogre already holding. You know, Rayquaza kind of needs that Focus Sash. Any other set other than Sash Swords Dance is just suboptimal. Mega Gengar, right? Like, you don't got that. On these teams, like Togedemaru, I've been like, they usually run Assault Vest because that's just another answer to like Journeys. Honestly, it's Togedemaru is like a great Pokemon. It can you know, Lightning Rod and be able to like fake out and nuzzle your opponent for some like control during the game. But that's what I thought. Okay, Antonio takes game 1. Alright, we're gonna skip through because like this is unnecessary. We don't watch through this. It's lagging. Okay, team preview. What does Pablo need to do to it? Okay, probably 100% needs to play that Groudon better if he wants any chance of like forcing a game 3. What else? Maybe this is just like such a hard matchup. You have to play Groudon better. Like, Groudon is the key to this matchup. A well-played Groudon versus this team is like really threatening because Gengar, Togedemaru, Stakataka, I guess, can deal with it in a way with Wide Guard. Ooh, it's not a great matchup for Pablo at all. It's not looking good for my boy. So that's all I gotta say about team preview. I'm no team genie, but we see same leads from Antonio because like, why switch it up if it's working out for you? Gengar and Incineroar and Groudon Salamence. I like the Groudon lead a lot more in the game because I feel like Antonio's team has a bunch of synergy with like U-turn, being able to fake out just no, actually turn 1, I feel like we're gonna Incineroar is obviously faking or threatening with the fake out. You know, Pablo knows Gengar's Mega, it can Shadow Tag, so we could see like a switch out HP Water, switch out Incineroar HP Water into like Groudon or something, and maybe like, I'm curious what the Salamence goes for, either Protect or Tailwind, I'd presume, wanting to, because if you get Tailwind up early in this game, like, it's looking good for your Groudon. I don't feel like Groudon protects this turn because you just don't risk Incineroar switching out. Okay, no, Groudon switches out for the same reason, like, right? You don't want to just risk your your primal just like that to a HP Water. Game 2 of finals when you're already down a game. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, yeah, Salamence goes for the Protect, just wanting to block that fake out. And the interesting thing here is Gengar threatens. It could threaten the Salamence with a taunt, or I don't know what move that was. I think Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, something like that. Okay, Pablo can get Tailwind up if he wants. If you want to get Tailwind up with your Amoonguss on the field versus a Mega Gengar, like, go ahead. But like, I don't like that Amoonguss. I feel like Protect or something. I don't know. Just trying to figure out, because I don't have like the team pace. I wasn't the player of this game, so it's kind of hard to talk over it, be accurate all the time. Rage Powder comes out onto Amoonguss. Okay. Let me see the taunt. We don't know if that was targeted into the mince, but if it was, like, it doesn't matter because now Amoonguss is taunted. And like, Amoonguss, like, what are you doing now? Like, that's why I don't like agree with the Amoonguss play, because now you're trapped. Now you're trapped with Amoonguss with nothing but like Clear Smog and Grass Knot. And that's not what you want in doubles. Now it's like basically just like a 2v1, but like, Mega Salamence versus the, I mean, Mega Gengar and whatever he brings in versus the Mega Salamence. It's like, it's not looking too good for Amoonguss. That's just, I feel like that's a sitting duck for 3 turns if Antonio plays his Gengar right, doesn't let it just go down and lose its Shadow Tag, because that would just not be good. The interesting thing is, like, Antonio probably doesn't have Rayquaza in the back, because Rayquaza also is the Mega Evolution for this team. So the fact of the matter that he brought Mega Gengar shows that he likely just didn't bring the Rayquaza. And he goes into the what is that? Kyogre. Yeah, because you can't switch Groudon to even try and win this Weather War. Gengar is just doing Gengar things, like it's like, this is how Mega Gengar teams are this is why they're so great, because you threaten all this pressure, being able to like switch and all that stuff, trap your opponents. Switching to Incineroar, that's like a good play if you're scared of taking damage on your Kyogre, which, like, you don't want to just let your Kyogre take damage for no reason. That's a reasonable play. And he pivots out into the Incineroar, so this turn now, he's threatening the Salamence with a fake out, and there's like nothing Pablo can do. Like, Antonio's just played this game so well. Amoonguss like isn't doing anything, and now Salamence has to like get the double protect to not take damage this turn. Antonio's free to. I would have liked to see the double protect, but what's that? Sludge Bomb? Sludge Bomb? Yeah, that's what I thought. Goes for the Sludge Bomb. Now that he's poisoned, not my pen that I was fidgeting with. But now that he's poisoned, he could just like U-turn out into Salamence and. Will U-turn and poison together should be enough to take out the Salamence, but the question is, like, do you want a Salamence to die this turn? It's at -1. It might be the. I think you want to take down Salamence because no, because Gengar's still like trapping it, and it's at -1. I mean, you threaten with the Hyper Voice, but that's not doing much. Incineroar, and it's probably doing like 40% to Gengar for hit KO, probably, maybe. Seems most likely. But like I was saying, like, you can U-turn Salamence or Amoonguss, really. That's like what you want to do with Incineroar on these teams. You just like, you pivot out, fake out, intimidate. Like, if you Flare Blitz, that makes sense too, I guess. And just getting rid of the Amoonguss wouldn't. What is that? Oh, Grass Knot. What did Incineroar go for? Is that? Did his Amoonguss just outspeed Incineroar? Tailwind. He had Tailwind up, didn't he? Yeah. Okay. I feel like he had Tailwind up. But now we see the. I don't know what that says. I forgot what Incineroar's move is. We see. Oh, Malicious Moonsault. That's right. He's going for the moves on that Amoonguss. Damn, that's a crit. Yeah, gets a crit on the Amoonguss. That's unfortunate. Yeah, and Pablo's not looking happy. I feel like it's like this game's just over, right? I feel like Antonio just has the tools to just like finish this up. Xerneas is, of course, threatening a lot. Geomancy and Groudon. Okay. The Fairy Aura come up, and that coming up, which reveals Xerneas is in fact faster than the Primal Groudon. Again, we're probably gonna. The only way for Pablo, I feel, to come back is to get. You have to play like Xerneas really well here and get the Geomancy up. Maybe like predict the Gengar's taunt or something. Go for protect. Play safe. Try and. Threaten both of these Pokemon with your Primal Groudon, but I feel like, yeah, Antonio's fine with just going for. Okay, I'm thinking, because if Xerneas like survives Sludge Bomb, then your Primal Groudon outspeeds both of those your Primal Groudon will outspeed the Incineroar. Go for Precipice Blades, and then you just get a Geomancy. But I don't feel like it mattered with Kyogre. Full health? Yeah, it's at full health. What a dominating series. What a dominating set by Antonio. Honestly, really well played. Props to you. If you're watching this, congrats. Because now Kyogre, you just like win. Stack Attacka deals with Xerneas, and Kyogre deals with Groudon, and that's like basically it. You can feel like you just water spot here, because if you don't Geomancy, you lose anyway. Like, goes for the wide guard just in. That's the just in case. Just in case Primal Groudon outspeeds your Kyogre, go for the wide guard there. But I think here we're just gonna see that Kyogre is just gonna take down the Groudon, and Pablo is just going for the I don't know if that was a handshake, but he's talking, having a good time. He knows this game's over, his set's over. So yeah, I think we see a pop off here towards the end from Antonio, but yeah, huge congratulations to Antonio J. Sanchez. If you like this and you want to see more of it in the future, then leave a comment in the description, or not in the description. Leave a comment in the comment. Oh, there's a pop off. That's what I'm saying. Fuck yeah. That's Pokemon. Look at him hugging his boys. That's what's up. That's what we do. But yeah, basically, if you like this video and you want to see more of it in the future, please leave a like. I had some fun commentating this. Maybe one day I'll like become a commentator or something. You never know. It's always like good to practice, work on yourself. Yeah, just good vibes. I'm logging off. I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.